KHLOÉ KARDASHIan is bringing up her past again, dragging her ex-husband Lamar Odom into the spotlight. She's reminding him of a painful truth that his own father allegedly wanted him dead, just to cash in on his life insurance. Does Lamar remember that she was the one who stayed by his side in the hospital for months? Has he ever wondered why they completely stopped talking? Well, Khloe has thought about it a lot, and she knows exactly why. Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds is out here making jokes at Blake Lively's expense. When asked how things were going, he played it cool. But people are questioning if it's really the right time for jokes, especially considering the situation with his wife. Would most people make light of something so serious? Probably not, but Ryan did. And that says a lot. And finally, Bianca Kanye has had enough. She's finally walking away from her controversial husband, Kanye West. Believe it or not, Bianca used to smile, but those days seem long gone. People have been waiting for her to make this move for a while now, and it looks like she's finally found the strength to leave. Let's get into it. I don't know why Khloe keeps doing this to herself. She seems to have the worst luck when it comes to men in relationships. So why bring Lamar back into the conversation? Just a few months ago, he was making headlines for buying a blow-up doll that looked like Khloe. Creepy, right? But now, she's bringing up his past overdose and reminding everyone that she was there for him when no one else was. On the Kardashians, Khloe revealed that when Lamar was in a coma in 2015, his own father, Joe Odom, allegedly said to pull the plug so he could collect the life insurance money. That's a shocking claim. Did Lamar already know about this? Or is she just now telling him through a reality TV episode? If this is news to him, it's beyond cruel. Lamar's father passed away in 2021, and while their relationship had its ups and downs, it seemed like Lamar tried to stay connected with him. If Khloe's version of events is true, it adds another layer of heartbreak to their story. Khloe made sure to highlight how much she and her family were there for Lamar. She mentioned Kim and Kris supporting her and talked about how she stood by his side through 6 heart attacks and 12 strokes. There's no denying that she was there for him. Even though Lamar was a terrible husband who repeatedly cheated on her, she stayed through some of his darkest moments. That's real, and he does owe her for that. But at the same time, it feels strange for her to bring all this up now, years later, in the middle of another Kardashian reality show. Are they just running out of storylines? It kind of seems that way. People aren't happy about Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's appearance on Saturday Night Live. They're calling it a manipulative move, accusing them of trying to fix their public image. Ryan, in particular, seems to care a lot about how he's perceived. That's probably why he jumped at the chance to be on SNL for its 50th anniversary. But the controversy comes from a joke he made about the lawsuit involving Blake. Fans are furious, saying it was completely inappropriate. Someone even said, "Whoever thought it was a good idea for Ryan to joke about the lawsuit should be fired." The lawsuit in question is a serious one. Blake had originally filed it, alleging she was sexually harassed. Victims go through so much trauma, and it takes immense courage to speak out. If Blake truly went through what she described in her lawsuit, then she deserves justice, not to be the subject of jokes. Now, people are asking, why would Ryan make a joke about something so serious, especially when it directly involves his wife? It's one thing to want to maintain a public image, but this? It's not a good look for a long time. People have been waiting for Bianca Kanye to leave Kanye West, and now it's finally happening. Before Kanye, Bianca was full of life, smiling in photos and appearing genuinely happy. But after she got involved with him, her entire image changed. She became someone else, someone who looked like she was trapped in a situation she couldn't escape. Now, after months of speculation, reports say she's finally walking away. Fans are celebrating, saying it's about time she made her great escape. But the real question is, what took her so long? Maybe she was hoping things would get better, or maybe she was afraid of what would happen if she left too soon. Whatever the reason, she's finally out, and hopefully she can reclaim her life. KHLOÉ KARDASHIan needs to let the past stay in the past. It's one thing to reflect, but bringing up painful memories for entertainment feels unnecessary. Lamar Odom has been through enough, and if he didn't already know about his father's alleged actions, this revelation could be deeply damaging. As for Ryan Reynolds, Making jokes about a serious lawsuit involving his wife wasn't the smartest move. People are already calling him out, and the backlash could have lasting effects on his reputation. And then there's Bianca Kansori, who has finally left Kanye. It's a huge step, and people are relieved to see her take it. Now she can start over and hopefully find happiness away from the chaos. These celebrity stories remind us that fame doesn't always mean a perfect life. Behind the glitz and glam, there's real pain, drama, and difficult decisions. But at the end of the day, everyone just wants to move forward, and hopefully, they all get the chance to do so. We haven't had any trials, so Tina Fey and Amy Poehler and Ryan Reynolds was caught in an awkward moment when he was asked a question on the red carpet. It was clear he knew what was coming. The interviewer set him up perfectly, and Ryan, being his usual witty self, delivered his punchline. "Hey Ryan, how's it going?" The interviewer asked. Ryan, looking a little unsure, responded, "Great, why? What have you heard?" The moment was awkward because he was obviously referring to the ongoing lawsuit that everyone had been talking about. The media had been digging into personal details about his relationship, and now, standing in front of cameras, he had to face it head-on. It seems like they must feel pretty confident about their case if they're showing up in Hollywood like this. Now, let's take a look at Kevin Costner's reaction. He represents how most people are probably feeling right now. "Oh, hey Ryan," Kevin says, looking in Blake Lively's direction to catch her reaction, and honestly, wouldn't we all be doing the same thing? Ryan then gets asked a bizarre question. "Do you know if the material they used to make the cone heads is edible?" Meanwhile, Anya Taylor-Joy was clearly unimpressed. She rolled her eyes, making it obvious she wasn't amused. Some people started debating whether Ryan should even be joking about something this serious. If your wife was involved in a lawsuit, would you be cracking jokes about it? Most people wouldn't, but Ryan did, and that says a lot. Blake's reaction, though, was what really got people talking. She looked visibly concerned, and as one commenter put it, she was walking on eggshells. Ryan may not be worried about his career, but Blake definitely seemed to be. She has been seeking records from Justin Baldoni's team, his close contacts, and even his personal devices. She's convinced there was a smear campaign against her and is determined to prove it. Does anyone remember that press tour? Blake Lively now wants to go through Justin Baldoni's phone and has taken legal action to make it happen. Her lawyer sent subpoenas to AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon, demanding records of every message Justin has sent over the last 2.5 years. She's hoping to find evidence that he orchestrated a campaign to ruin her reputation. Some text messages have already surfaced in Blake's lawsuit against Justin. She's accusing him of sexual harassment and a conspiracy to destroy her career. One text from Justin to Blake mentioned hiring an intimacy coordinator, but Blake refused to attend the meeting. It's an odd situation. He was setting things up to make her comfortable, yet she didn't show up. Blake's lawyers claim the subpoenas will expose the tactics used to destroy her image. Justin's PR team allegedly used words like bury and destroy in reference to her, which only fuels her case. Meanwhile, Justin's lawyer argues that this is nothing more than a fishing expedition, and they're desperate to find proof of their claims. While Blake and Ryan make sure to get photographed on red carpets, Justin is spending time with his family in Hawaii. He was spotted having lunch in Maui, looking relaxed and unbothered. It seems like he's trying to distance himself from all the drama. While Blake is still deeply involved in the legal battle, every time I hear about Naya Rivera, my heart breaks. I grew up watching Glee, and her death was shocking and heartbreaking. Now, new details about her son's trauma have come out. A recent headline revealed that Naya's son, Josie, feels guilty over her drowning. He was only 4 years old at the time and was too scared of a spider to throw his mom a rope. That's absolutely devastating. On July 8, 2020, Naya went missing while boating on a lake outside of Los Angeles. Her son was later found alone on the boat, but she was nowhere to be seen. 5 days later, her body was recovered. It was determined she had drowned, but there are still lingering questions about why she was there in the first place. Josie's father, Ryan Dorsey, recently shared details about that tragic day. He said that while they were swimming, Naya noticed their boat was drifting away. She helped Josie get back on board, but she was too exhausted to save herself. The last thing she said Before disappearing underwater was his name. Now, at 9 years old, Josie still struggles with guilt. He keeps saying that he wanted to throw his mom a rope, but a spider was on it, and he was too scared. It's heartbreaking to think he has carried that burden since he was just 4 years old. No child should feel that kind of pain. Wendy Williams. Heartbreaking situation. Wendy Williams is facing serious struggles, and the latest headlines are shocking. She admitted that her son mishandled her money. But let's be real, he straight up robbed her, and yet she still says she loves him. Wendy has always been too forgiving. She put up with her ex-husband Kevin Hunter for years, even after he had a child with another woman. Now, her son, Kevin Jr., has taken advantage of her as well. Kevin Jr. allegedly stole her phone, credit cards, and drained her bank accounts. That's why Wendy is now in a guardianship, because her own son misused her money. He reportedly spent $100,000 on luxury items, leaving her financially trapped. Now, Wendy is living in an assisted facility on the 5th floor, locked away with no fresh air or internet access. It's almost like a prison. She was originally on the 3rd floor, where she had more freedom. But after she got drunk at the facility's restaurant, they moved her to a restricted area. Many people are questioning whether she really has dementia. Charlemagne the God recently spoke to her and said she sounded fine, like she could return to radio tomorrow. So why is she being kept in a memory unit? It feels like something is off here. Kanye West and Bianca's breakup. Kanye West and Bianca Censori are reportedly heading toward divorce. Honestly, it's about time. Bianca has finally had enough, especially after Kanye started selling those controversial swastika t-shirts. That was the last straw for her. She told Kanye that she doesn't want to be associated with his actions, and she's done with it. If this breakup is true, then good for her. The fact that she stayed this long is surprising to a lot of people. Instead of calling this a separation, let's be real, it's an escape. Bianca is finally getting out, and everyone saw this coming. This has been a wild ride in celebrity news, and there's always more drama unfolding. Stay tuned for more updates.